Hello and welcome to Kerbal Space Program 2. In today's video, I will be building the most iconic and well-known rocket of all time, the Saturn V. Used to put men on the moon, this rocket is widely known for a couple of reasons. Mainly its height and also how it had the most powerful engines, and still does to this day. Now, the engines, the F1 engines, the secrets to making them were lost, so we can no longer make F1 engines anymore, which is why we can not make such powerful engines. This may be a reason why we have, instead of like possibly 5 just massive engines on the bottom of SLS, we have 4 shuttle engines. This could be the case. It could also just be that they wanted to reuse the parts, which is more likely, but they may have used different engines on the shuttle had they known that the F1s, how to make the F1s. Now, I will be building this in the first and second releases, not the second patch, so there may be a couple of bugs. This is called foreshadowing. So anyways, we will be building this rocket, sending it to the moon, and then bringing it back safely. Now, because there are no engines that have, like, in Kerbal 1, you had the, I think it was Mastodon engine. That was the equivalent of the F1 in real life. Now we don't have that in Kerbal 2, so I had to use the mainsail. So it's a pretty good replacement. With those engines covers, I think I could have done better with the liquid fuel, like the slanted liquid fuel part, but overall, I think it turned out really good. Now I'm gonna go through all the staging here. It might be boring, but it's very complicated, so I'd just like to show how I did it. Now, I had to do a lot of there was a lot of strutting that I needed to do for this rocket, because just as you can probably see, the top does not look stable at all. I also found a way to hack fairings. If you want to do the fairing, it won't close at the top, but you can close it in. Even if it says that there's an object in the way, if you click out of the object in the way, it'll finish your editing, and then you'll have the completed fairing, or at least what looks like a completed fairing. It won't hide the aerodynamics, but it'll make it look much better, which I think is one of the main points. So here I'm trying to strut everything because I launched it a couple times and it was wobbly. So yeah, here we go. Just again, I think I was checking something, but either way, a lot of struts. So I haven't been really posting videos lately. I've just had a lot of stuff going on in my life, so hope that's okay with you guys. Also, the intro at the beginning of this video, I'm probably going to replace it in 1 or 2 videos. Anyways, here's launch. So we have our nice countdown. I'm just gonna let you listen. Oh, isn't that spectacular? Just love the launches. They're just so nice sounding. Like, I know Matt Lown says it, but I feel obligated to say it too. It's just such good audio visual work that they have going on in Kerbal 2. But anyways, I'm thinking about making a new intro, which will probably require a lot of work, so I may not post a video for a while, but I do have a bunch of videos recorded. Right now I have probably the next 5 videos all recorded, so I may be able to get one out every week. Now, I know it's going to take a while, so I'm just going to time warp through the whole ascent. If you want to learn how to get into orbit, don't watch me, because I'm not good at that sort of stuff. Anyways, I also built a new PC to accommodate Kerbal Kerbal 2, I will leave the link in the description. So, or not the link, the just the specs in the description, I guess. Also, I recorded this video in 1440p, I'm pretty sure, and that was just because I hadn't customized recording settings yet. So it might be lower than 4K resolution for the next couple videos, but I will be able to start uploading 4K videos now that I've realized the error of my ways. But anyways, yeah. So we're going up, coasting to orbit. All the stages have been good enough. Now, this is one of the inaccuracies that a lot of Saturn V recreations make, including me. It's that we use a different engine for the second and third stages, because you have the 5 J2s, then you're supposed to have 1 J2, but instead I used one much bigger engine, and that's just because it would have been extremely difficult to get to space using just one of those engines to push this massive piece of just everything. Now, this flight was recorded in, I think, the first patch. The build was recorded in the just original release. I tried doing this in the original release. It was excruciatingly difficult. There were a lot of problems, like the thing where the craft would detach, but the camera would like stay between them in like the center of mass, and you'd be able to control both of them. That happened a lot, and that was really annoying. So, yeah. Kerbal 2 is just very, breathtaking. I know that many people are saying it's overpriced. It's quite expensive, but it's very, very, very good. There's more to come, which is amazing. Like, this would already be a pretty good game to just have, but now they're adding like colonies and everything. It's just gonna be amazing, I think. If you want me to continue doing Kerbal 1 videos, comment down in the comments section, just because I'm probably gonna be doing mainly Kerbal 2, although I may do Kerbal 1 just because there are a lot of things that I would want to do that I could do in Kerbal 1 that you can't do in Kerbal 2. Now, you see, I just did this obviously because of his Saturn V recreation. We are doing Apollo style missions, so that means like not direct descent. It's like you go bring a separate lander craft down, and then you fly, and then you land, and then you boost back up, and that is that's how you get on the surface. Now, we did sort of break our engine, but guess what? That's okay, because we pretty much had no fuel anyways, so yay! And yeah, up in orbit we have 1 Kerbal. Down here we have 2 Kerbals. Now, yeah, here we're just gonna plant a flag, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Now, I'm not Matt Lown, so I'm not going to do the any sort of fancy custom flags. I just like this flag anyways. It's actually quite nice. I'm not going to use any mods to import my own flag, because that's just too complicated for someone with such a simple mind as me. But yeah, we got all our Kerbals on EVA. We got them on the surface, and yeah, we got some nice shots. So here we are, and now just saving because we might need it. So now we're just blasting off, and you know what? Guess what happened? We have no orbital line. Guess what that means? Problems. And I'm just really annoyed because the no orbital line glitch is really annoying. So I just decided to go for it and do the most scuffed Apollo mission ever. if you've seen Matt Lowndes' Mini Apollo, or not Mini Apollo, Apollo 13 recreation, like, because they have the Acapello 13 mission in Kerbal 1. If you've seen that, then you probably know what I'm going to do, and that's EVA my Kerbals and rendezvous them, because they have quite a lot of Delta V, and they have good like RCS capabilities, I guess. They do. And so I'm just, because the lander can doesn't have an orbital line. Our Kerbals, well, they do, so you can just take them out and adjust the orbital line. Now, I just decided, instead of adjusting the lander can with both of them in it, I'm just going to adjust the Kerbals orbital lines and get them there one by one. And that took quite a bit of my life away, as well as my sanity. So, yeah. But I'm really surprised it worked in the end. Like, spoiler, I guess you probably wouldn't be seeing this footage if it hadn't worked. So, it's not really a spoiler. But it was it was just so relieving when the Apollo service module just like came into view. It was quite nice. Well, anyways, yeah, just floating through space. Pretty much there, we just had we had to reload some quick saves, because I think I had passed my orbital line had passed somewhere, and I could get a better encounter. So eventually I did. I got an encounter up to 2 meters, so I just burned retrograde with the pack as much as I could, and then I hit the not the surface module, and we're coming in fast. They're really freaked out, as you can see, and yeah, we missed it. So we're gonna reload, and you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna be annoyed because our distance actually changed. But guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna change our distance so that it's or we're gonna like maneuver so that it's zero, sort of like I did with the Dart mission, where I collided at high speeds with an asteroid, and you could only see it for about 1 frame. But here we go. We're coming in. We're slowing down. And here we go. Coming home to our beautiful Apollo service module. And here we are. We've slowed our approach, and we boarded. Next, the other Kerbal, because we can't just leave whatever the Kerbal's name is in space, because that would be tragic. Yes, so obviously we're just taking a test flight. I tried to use maneuvers with this. I'm pretty sure I think I was just burning all my fuel. Yeah. Anyways, we have we need to get the Kerbal like out, and then yeah, here we go, and we just need to EVA them around. So it's the same old process, the same long, boring, excruciating process. But this was the main bug that I encountered, like an invisible orbital line. I'm not sure if it has been fixed in the second patch, because I haven't really done a mission like this in the second patch. So, yeah. If there are any inaccuracies in my recreation besides the lander, because you can't really make an Apollo lander in Kerbal 2, it's just very difficult and part consuming and frame killing. But any other inaccuracies besides the lander and the engine inaccuracies, please let me know, because in future I don't know, Saturn V recreations, I guess I can do that. might like recreate other missions like Apollo like 15 or something, like one with a rover. I don't know, but just tell me. Here we are, we're approaching, and we actually flew through because of the way that physics works in Kerbal 2, or just in Kerbal in general, where you will fly through something if you're going too fast, because it like figures your physics out where you are each frame, not in between the frames. So if you're on one side of a wall on one frame, then you're on the and then you're moving fast enough where in the next frame you're not inside the wall, then you won't collide with it at all. So I got another encounter, 1 meter, and this time I'm braking as fast as I can. It worked because we're not coming in excruciatingly fast to become a grease stain on our service module. And yeah, we're here. So long, laborious mission. That was me celebrating because I was like insane at that point. Well, here we are going, just getting our like 35,000-ish kilometer, like 35 kilometer, not 35,000 kilometer, 35 kilometer or 30 around that range, that encounter in the atmosphere, because that's where you would have a that's where you would encounter the atmosphere if there was any atmospheric heating. Now there isn't, which is probably why I forgot to add a heat shield, but yeah. Good for me, I guess. Lucky for me. Because this could have ended badly when I realized that there was atmospheric heating and all my Kerbals are in there burning themselves to pieces. Now I decided that I needed to burn retrograde because I didn't want to be moving. I was moving very fast. But then I tried to get a water landing, and then I realized, oh no, I'm actually much too low in the atmosphere, and I get slowed down by atmospheric drag. I also deploy my parachutes at that point, which is sort of a fool's choice if I wanted to make it to the ocean and perform a landing, but I think it ended up very good because I landed in the desert, which I think looks really good in Kerbal 2. I might make some sort of like desert buggy in a future video, like a big like cargo plane, and then like some sort of race. That could be something for multiplayer, actually, like just a race over the dunes. It'd be quite nice. But anyways, that's pretty much where the video ends. If you enjoy this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.